So gear acquisition syndrome has come back with a vengeance with this eBay purchase. And for those of you that regularly view my channel, you'll know that I like using Teles, like using them for jazz. And lo and behold, here's another Tele. And this is my first ever Fender Japan Tele. I bought this off eBay secondhand and it's in immaculate condition. It is the best ever conditioned secondhand guitar I've ever bought. I mean, any marks you can see on it, like fingerprints from me playing it and a bit of dust in the time that I've had it. But I'm not sure about this guitar and I'd like you to help me decide whether I should stick or flip. So the obvious difference with this to the standard Telecasters is this has a humbucker in the neck. It's vintage in appearance, in style. It's got the classic, this isn't butterscotch, I think this is called off-white, but it has that sort of look of a 50s Tele. It's got your typical Tele bridge pickup. The saddles, you've got the modern style, so 6 saddles instead of the 3 barrels. So I suppose that's contemporary. Matte pickguard, which really don't like. It just feels cheap and horrible, that does. Could easily be changed though. We've got a 7.25 radius, so the vintage style radius. Vintage frets, so they're very small, very narrow. You can't really feel them too well. And just kind of, they're contemporary tuners, not the vintage style. So onto some sounds. Let's have a listen to how this sounds for some chordal stuff. Obviously on the neck, humbucker. And for single note, I quite like the sound of it. I mean, it's got a beautiful mellow tone. I've got the volume up on 10. I am going through my Yamaha Thr10, which I think is a good indication of, you know, it's a basic practice amp. So rather than putting it through my Fender Deluxe reverb down here, I think it's a good indication of whether it's going to sound good. Because if it sounds good through that, it will sound good through many other things. Now, I've got the tone rolled off a bit. Here's the tone on 10. EQ is all at noon on the amp, so it's quite a bright sound there. Still nice and mellow, good string definition. You can hear each note in the chord very well. Let's roll it off a little bit. You know, you can always warm up a Tele with using your fingers. You know, it sounds nice. Yeah, lovely sound, lovely mellow sound. And the single note, there's a lot of definition. It could sound a bit fuller if I put fatter strings on it. This has just got 10s on currently. Obviously I could put flat wounds on it as well for a warmer sound, but I think that's a pretty good jazz tone from this guitar. I'm happy with it. It's not been difficult to dial in, as you sometimes find with a solid body guitar. So onto the things about a guitar that, you know, you buy an eBay purchase, you don't really get to try it, especially not during this weird year that we're having. It's kind of like you buy it, you trust the buyer and the pictures and everything, and pictures were all really good. They showed that the guitar was in great condition, and, you know, played this guitar at the boot of someone's truck, and it was, you know, I thought, oh, this is nice. But it's, you know, you get that when you buy a new guitar, you have that honeymoon period where it just feels great, it's exciting, you're only picking up this guitar, everything else is just kind of yesterday's news, and everything's happening on this guitar. And that definitely happened, as ever with a new guitar purchase, or as it should happen with a new guitar purchase. And it's over the time I've realised, in the month or so that I've been playing it, there's a couple of things that I'm not sure I can keep it because of these things. Now, what are they? It's the radius, the 7.25 radius, the vintage style radius, which you get on any Fender which is trying to replicate guitars of the past. And it's the 7.25 radius on this, rather than like my Ultra you can see over there, which is 9.5, which I just find so much more comfortable. Not that I'm going to be using this guitar very often for rock or blues or things like that, but I do occasionally play those styles, and I like, you know, guitar to be fully functional and usable for all that. But when you do a bend with this radius, maybe these frets as well, I don't know if you can hear there, is starting to fret out, which means I'd have to raise the action in order for that to work better, which I don't want to do. I prefer low action. The other thing I'm not sure about is these really tiny frets. Can't really feel where I am on the guitar so well as much as I would like to, that's for sure. Definitely enjoying the jazz tones I can get out of this guitar. Not so sure about the radius and the frets. And the final thing is, everything's to do with this end of the guitar, by the way, is the colour of the neck, which I don't know whether the lighting in the video, because I think lighting in pictures and videos, it struggles to faithfully replicate what a guitar actually looks like, I think, quite often. But this is got that beautiful orange tinge that you seem to get on a lot of Fenders. You get it on, definitely on the Chinese made Fenders, you definitely get it, I've seen it on a lot of Japanese, and sometimes you get it on Mexican ones as well, probably can in American ones as well. But it's just got this horrible orange tinge, which for me makes it look cheap. I don't find it aesthetically pleasing. It reminds me of this, you know, cheap classical guitars that are as bright as the sun, that just repulse me, to be frank. And when I bought it on eBay, the photos, they look good. It didn't look as orange as it did in this, but that's just the way I think guitars come across in different lights sometimes. So is there anyone else out there that really hates it when you get this orange tinted fretboard? For me, it's just disgusting. So going back to, should I stick or flip this guitar? Based on the sounds you've heard today, probably, I'd imagine you think this sounds like a decent guitar for jazz. It certainly has the right tone. It's beautiful sound. But for me, when it comes to guitars, if there's one thing wrong with them, like whatever it might be, whether it be cosmetic, a tonal thing, or a comfort thing, or feel, or the size of the instrument, things like that, if there's one thing, it usually nags away at me to the point where I'm just like, if I'm ever going to get rid of one, that's the first on the list, and this is definitely the first on the list currently in my guitar collection. What it's really reminded me is a lesson I've failed to learn from, which is, don't buy a guitar unless you can try it. There are times when it's very difficult to get to shops. So at the minute, obviously, that's a problem for a lot of people. So it's very difficult with lockdowns and stuff. But until you actually have that instrument in your hand, you can't be sure it's going to be the one for you, and you can't be sure it's going to look the way it does in the photos necessarily, in terms of the colours, things like the fretboard finish, and even the colour of the actual guitar. I've seen, for instance, that Cobra Blue, the Ultra, look radically different in different pictures on different websites to what it does look like in person. And you'll probably guess I'm leaning to flipping this guitar and moving it on. And it's a shame, because I've bought a pickup for it. I bought 2 pickups for it. I bought from Jamie at the Creamery. I've bought his take on the Charlie Christian pickup in a humbucker size, which I'm mega excited about. Which I'll just put in one of my other guitars, I suppose. And I've got a Tele bridge to go with it, coming with it. So it would have been ideal for it to be in this guitar, but it probably won't be. Let me know what you think of this guitar in the comments. What do you think? Have you owned a Fender Japan guitar? I know they have kind of quite a cult following. I think if it wasn't for everything this side of the guitar, so the 7.25 radius, the skinny frets, and the abundance of orange, then I would keep this guitar, I think. I'm sure some of you can relate to, it takes going through a few guitars to realise what it is you like, and maybe what you like changes over time as you age. And for me, the most important thing currently from a guitar is comfort, and how comfort it feels to do different things, chords, as solo lines across the whole neck, so that everything feels comfy and doesn't feel tense in my hand or difficult to do. So, do you know what? A few years ago I might have loved this guitar, but I don't think I will buy another Fender style guitar with a 7.25 radius. I think I'm 9.5 all the way from now on. What do you guys think in the comments? Let me know. Have you made a eBay or other online impulse purchase in the last year without trying the guitar and then thinking, oh, it's not quite what I thought, and sort of learnt that hard lesson of, really, if you're gonna, put good money into a guitar, it's so much better to try it and spend some time doing it. I mean, when I bought that Ultra, I tried out 3 other Telecasters and I sat there in the shop for 2 or 3 hours just going through them, playing different things, sort of thinking about, you know, how it's working for me. And that's really what I think a guitar buying experience should be. Make a sort of afternoon of it, have a bit of fun, try out a load of guitars, but also, you know, not get yourself into a situation here where probably I'll end up losing a little bit of money on this if I don't want to wait for someone to pay exactly what I pay for it. But we will see. But anyway, what would you do? Stick or flip? Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.